there's a lot of people who want to make money without putting in any effort. And luckily for them, these are the people our society is geared towards. We have a upside down pyramid of a society where you got your working class at the bottom and you got your upper class at the top. And what happens is you have your labor pool and then you have your capital. And the capital grows because the capital that's the money. That's what you that's what moves and grows. And this capital leeches off the working class. Because the working class, I don't know, is this Star Trek insignia? I don't, never mind. The working class, they don't have unions, right? They don't have, they're not organized. Um, there's a lot of like blowback against unions. The working class is pretty much just the value of the working class is its labor, and if the working class is not organized, then that's not going to be economic socialism. That's just going to be taken advantage by the people who have the money. And now this video is going to be about arbitrage, and I don't really know what arbitrage is, unfortunately, but I have basically okay. Basically, the reason I'm interested in arbitrage is for two reasons. One, I don't want three reasons. One, I don't like taking risks. Two, I want to make money for as little effort as possible. And because that lets me look at more anime waifus, spend more time playing video games, um, spend more time basically not contributing to society, just having as much free time as I want, right? That is the goal of investing wisely. And then three, I found out, of course, that in my previous video, sorry, I've just ate something spicy. It's some sort of vegan cheese imitation sauce, but it's like really spicy. Whew. So, who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Yeah, I just saw an interesting conspiracy theory that said Bitcoin was probably created by the FBI or some intelligence agency um, to fund black projects anonymously because like spying in intelligence agencies like the NSA and spies, they all like anonymity. They don't want people to know who's doing the spying. So they need something, they need cryptocurrency to pay off people anonymously. So maybe, and anyways, I talk about that in the video and why I think Satoshi is not working for US intelligence and why I think he is working for US intelligence. These are reasons I think he is. Holy crap, that's a lot of reasons. But hey, maybe he's who he says he is. Maybe he does believe in decentralized currency. So, um, I look at altcoins because I don't want to be associated with the CIA or dirty organizations like that, criminal organizations like the CIA. I don't want to support that. That's why I don't invest in oil. I don't like people who commit crimes against humanity. So if I invest in their companies or in their currencies, then I'm kind of indirectly supporting them. Just like if I pay someone to, if I purchase stuff at a store, I'm paying the producers to make that for me. That's how consumerism works. I'm endorsing the product. I'm endorsing what went into making that product. That's why I'm vegan. So, um, arbitrage, I don't really know what it is, but this person talks a lot about it. Um, they said something about triple arbitrage being safe. I don't understand. Um, there's these bots, right? When I got into Bitcoin, people were using this one uh, a year and a half ago, or 1 year ago, 10 months ago, 10 months ago, in June. So yeah, it's June. That's when I got into Bitcoin. So people were using this bot. It seemed too complicated. I didn't have any assets to invest. Now I do have a few Bitcoin, so I could be using these bots. And there's this arbitrage strategy, which is basically, have you ever played Entropia Universe? Okay, Entropia Universe is like, I'm gonna go back to Paint. So Entropia Universe has this currency called PED, and you can sell at 0% markup. And if you're selling at 0% markup, then you're gonna lose like 10% of your money. But if you sell at 11% markup, right? If you sell at 11% markup, then what that means is if you play the game and you get 90% returns, if you sell at 11%, then you're breaking even. So if you can look for loot that has a higher than 11% markup, like I don't know, whatever, if you mine rare rocks, right? And there's one worth like 129%, right? Then you're making a pretty decent uh if 90% of 129 is, calculate, oh, it's so dark. Sorry. 129, 1.29 times 0.9 is 1.16. So you're making 16% profit, right? Because the Entropia Universe game, Mindark, the publishers take a cut. It's like a casino, but they're allowed to do that because they're like a bank, and banks are allowed to gamble money. So if you go, yeah, that's what makes them. I don't know. Mindark is a trustworthy company. Okay. Um, what next? So you can do that, right? If you shoot some monster and then you sell the loot, that's like you cycle maybe in an hour. Maybe you mine and you do mining for 3 days and then you sell the loot. So that's a 3 day cycle. Maybe it takes you another 3 days to sell the loot. So it's a 6 day cycle before you can go mining again, right? That's how long it takes to cycle your net worth. So arbitrage lowers the cycle time, right? I'm buying Bitcoin. I want to buy at 8,000 Canadian and sell at 17,000 Canadian. Um, that could take me a year. That could take me 3 years, right? So to buy and then to sell all of the assets, that's my cycle time. Arbitrage lowers the cycle time, and these bots lower them further. So what the bots do is when they see a trade, arbitrage is you see a trade and you see another trade, and you know you can profit if you accept both trades. So you accept both trades and then you get your profit. The simultaneous buying and selling of securities, currencies, or commodities in different markets or in derivative forms in order to take advantage of different prices for the same asset. So this is why you're watching the video, because when I say I want to buy wheat, actual bundles of wheat, can you do that? Is that legal? So I buy some wheat and then I say, okay, now I want to sell my wheat, and I sell my wheat. Well, there's going to be a difference in price margin, right? The price of wheat to Canadian dollars or the price of wheat to other grains, like it's going to differ. Maybe with the season, maybe with harvest time, maybe on the weekend, different demographics of people want to buy wheat. Maybe during the weekdays, traders want to buy and sell wheat. It's different demographics on every day, at every time of day. Maybe at uh, maybe early in the morning, there's more Europeans online, and maybe late at night, there's more Asians online, and maybe right after 6 o'clock p.m., there's more Americans online, North Americans online. So um, the demographics change on the weekend. Maybe people who have a lot of money because they work all day, maybe they come online and they want to do their long-term trades or their weekly trades. Arbitrage takes advantage of that. Um, so when you do day trading, or maybe weekly trading on a weekly cycle, you look for the people who are buying when they're buying. You say, uh, it can be predictive. Like you can say, I think the price of Bitcoin is going to rise, so I'm going to buy now, and that's going to be a long-term investment. Or you can say, I think that the price of Ethereum relative to Bitcoin is going to rise, so I'm going to buy Ethereum, and that's a whatever how long it takes. Or you can say, these are all hypotheticals. You can say, I think on the weekend, uh, some rich investors are going to start dumping their cash now that the price has risen. So I will dump my assets before they do, right? And you convert to US dollars or Canadian dollars or euros, etc., pesos, Australian dollars, and then the 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 big buyers they dump their cash. Price of Bitcoin dips, and then you buy some more when it dips, and maybe you get maybe it works out and it goes back up, and maybe it doesn't work out and it goes back down, and it goes down farther, and that dip becomes a big dip. And do you sell at the bottom of the dip to try and recover your losses? No, because that's that's uh, that's not a viable long-term strategy. If you buy high and sell low, then you're going to lose money. That's always the rule of thumb. So the one thing I learned from those people with cold feet during the dips who would offer me to accept my trade and then back out within minutes saying, "Oh, I don't want to trade actually. Never mind, please cancel this trade. I know that if I hold on to my investment, it'll go up." What I learned from them is, well, first, when someone offers me a trade on localbitcoins.com, I actually have to be prompt and accept it quickly and send them the payment or receive the payment quickly, give them the info they need. These guys with the unknown response time, not useful, right? Are these people even online? Yeah, this guy's online 4 minutes ago. But like the people who respond quickly are the people who get the trades. And if you don't respond quickly, you don't get the trades and the site's lagging. So arbitrage can be these bots, instead of trading like and then just waiting months and months and then selling, or instead of waiting for the weekend, or instead of waiting for different people in a different time zone to log in. um, these bots trade with not even the daily fluctuations. They can use the daily fluctuations. I think that's ping pong. Or they can look for instant trades that they can snatch, and of course they're competing with other bots. But that's the arbitrage strategy. I don't even know what these other strategies are. I don't understand. I don't understand how these bots work, but I'm going to find out, because now that I have a few Bitcoin, I can invest into altcoin, move away from Satoshi, what's his face, because I don't trust Satoshi what's his face. I don't trust the creator of Bitcoin. So I want to stop endorsing it, but at the same time, oh man, now I'm just a fucked up little greedy capitalist because I want to make money off of Bitcoin because I know the price is going to rise. Yep, that's me. Um, but this at least will let me branch out from that while staying in crypto. Because all the crypto are connected, right? And crypto is connected to real world currencies as well, obviously. Because there's demand and people buy and people sell. But with, I think, these bots, what happens with these bots is when people buy and sell, is these bots notice little fluctuations. So these bots, because what these bots assume is, okay, let's say the ratio of Bitcoin to Ethereum is going to stay at whatever ratio for the next week. If someone buys a whole bunch of Ethereum, then the price of Ethereum goes up by maybe 0.1%. And then maybe 50 people buy a lot of Ethereum and the price rises 1% above the regular ratio of Ethereum to Bitcoin. So you sell your Ethereum. And then nighttime comes and the trades dwindle away at the ratio and the ratio goes back to normal. Whatever the current prices are, whatever the actual prices are, the ratio returns or the ratio dips under or the ratio rises higher, the crests and peaks, those sine waves and whatever. You look at you look at margins, you look at moving averages and margins, and I need to find out what these moving averages are because there's some cool ones like, I don't know. What's a nice one? Um, okay, let's look up a nice one. G-byte price. And this is going to show me, hopefully, a moving average and the relative ratio. So in yellow, it shows the ratio to Bitcoin. So byte ball to Bitcoin. Byte ball was worth more relative to Bitcoin in July, and then now it's worth less relative to Bitcoin than whatever the average was across since January. And then there's, I don't know, I need to learn how to look up moving averages. I need to find out what these mean. Yeah, what, I don't understand this graph, but if I'm gonna be making money, then it's a good thing to know, and there's all sorts of mathematical analysis. Now, see this? If I understood this graph, then I think I'd be set for altcoin trading because there's multiple altcoins. The idea is to spread your assets across multiple assets. Just like if you're gambling, you don't gamble all of your net worth on one pot. You spread it out. You do small, I don't know, martingale strategies. Or if it's in the house's favor, you don't gamble at all. But like poker and blackjack, you can actually make money off of if you play perfectly. So, but if you gamble it all in one bet and you get unlucky, then you're gonna lose all your money. Uh, but if you make thousands and thousands of bets, then you save money. So don't. I think the poker rule was never bet more than 5% or 10% in one tournament. I think it was 5%. Never gamble with more than 5% of your net worth. So yeah, that way if you hit a bad streak, a bad whatever they call, then you don't go bankrupt, you don't go broke. You get 20 more shots at it. Or, well, I guess if it's 5%, you get infinite shots, but eventually 5% of your net worth, if you hit a bad streak, it's gonna be less that you're gambling with. Anyways, a bad beat. That's what it's called. Thank you, Negrano. Okay. So yeah, this like so the little see all these little fluctuations All these little fluctuations in the graph are from people buying and dumping, buying and dumping, buying and dumping. And with these bots, you become the middleman for those buying and dumping. Because you can predict if the moving average is going to continue along in whatever direction, maybe a straight line. Then when people buy, you sell, and when people dump, you buy. But with arbitrage, it's instant. There's like almost no risk because if you do it fast enough, um, the demand you're responding to the demand rather than anticipating it. That's what arbitrage is. You literally see the trade posted and then you accept both trades and there's your profit within seconds if you're the first one to it. Um, so that's pretty cool. And doesn't she look cute in the picture? I'm gonna zoom in on that. Okay, that's so off topic. The 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 cross kind of kills it for me though. Why? It was like so cool, but then the cross is like, ugh, don't, whatever. Um, and also some cryptocurrencies actually have like quality. Like Bitcoin was the first, but technology has improved since then. But that said, if everybody's a filthy capitalist, greedy pig like me, trying to make money, not moving their asses, then the quality doesn't matter as much as like the popularity and the pumps or whatever. The pump is when the price surges, someone buys a lot or something, a buy wall, and someone pumped Bitcoin and now people are keeping the Bitcoin market stable. So yeah, it's oh, this is, should I put my referral link in? That's kind of dirty, eh? Screw the referral link. Satoshi Galaxy is a faucet game. Do you know what a faucet is? Basically means you can get into Bitcoin for free and earn like 1 cent from watching like 50 ads. Look, an ad, ooh. And then you look at a bunch of ads and then it's like they give you like half a cent or 1 cent and you're like, ah, yeah, I'm making money looking at ads. But it doesn't even like pay your internet bill. So but that's like an introduction to Bitcoin. And obviously most of these sites are scams, but I don't know. Satoshi Galaxy reminds me of Chosen Space. Chosen Space was like my first successful guild that I ran. It was a Chosen Space relaunched. Whoa. Relaunched. Offline. No. Why? It closed? No. That was my favorite game. What's this? Why did it close? Yeah, man, I was playing it in the beta. There's graphics now. What? Dude, I had like a guild. I would like train people for the big guilds. Okay, so what happened? How I got into Chosen Space was like I joined a big guild, right? And they were in some big guild war, and there was like a cash prize, right? Because in those days you could give people cash prizes in video games. And I joined the second biggest guild, and they were in a war with the first biggest guild, and they wanted that cash prize. And everyone in my guild got killed, and I was the newbie in the starting ship, right? So I wasn't even armed for battle. I was just mining away. Everybody died, and so I'm the leader of the guild now. And you know what I did? Instead of opting for that cash prize, which in for after hindsight I wouldn't have gotten anyways without all these people helping me. What I did, I gave back the leadership. Oh, because it was Sky. Oh, because the guy's name was Sky, which was like my stuffed cat's name. Ah, because Sky is like Sky. Sky was what I named my stuffed animal. Um, yeah, my stuffed cat and my little pillow. They were like they held a lot of sentimental value. Um, yeah. So, but now the like pillow, the cover's like shredded. Not shredded, it's just like getting like the strings fray and it's like okay, like a shirt you wash a lot is like really thin, so like that's I don't know. Whatever, man. And then the cat I lost at a grocery store. My mom's like, "You're gonna lose it," and then I did. Damn it! Damn it! I'm mad about that actually. Um, what what was I talking about? Chosen Space. It's a game. Uh, oh yeah, I had a guild. So then I wanted to make my own guild, and I would like train people and teach them how to play. And it's kind of like the one group in what's that game? Ah, Illyriad, right? Illyriad, or probably groups in Tribal Wars and Travian too. But I was like playing Illyriad, and this game like helps me and donates to me, and is like, hey, yeah, you want free stuff? We'll help you. We'll teach you how to play. And so that you can make. I think that's the way to get into Eve Online. Actually, no, that's actually. Damn it! If you want to be, if you want to join like a high end like AOE multi-ship bombing like deep wormhole space corporation for like making massive profits, or you want to be like a head honcho of some corporation, what you do is you start your own corporation, you train players, you train newbies, and that supports the game, and then those newbies go on. Those newbies that you train, when they guild hop, they join the big corporations. And then the big corporations know your name because you're the guy that teaches all the newbies how to play. And then a certain percentage of those newbies go and join their corporations. And so those people don't have to train their newbies, but they get free people. And you can just refer them to the big corporations, and then those people know your name. And that's how you join a big corporation. Not as cannon fodder, but as like an officer, as someone with importance and who has earned trust. How? Because you referred a bunch of newbies to their guild by being a Care Bear and teaching people how to play. So ironic that the Care Bears are the people who accrue the most trust. The social Care Bears. Or do those even exist? Maybe it's just a toxic environment now. Everybody's toxic. No, there's actually nice people who play video games.